Okay, let's see. Hopefully. Hey guys, I'm so sorry. So I saw something saying I was out of storage. So I thought, oh my gosh, what does this mean? And I was trying to make sure that elegant, thank you. I was trying to make sure that it wasn't like gonna bill me extra or something because I do pay a monthly fee for using StreamYard to be able to have like some extra features that I use with it. So hopefully everybody find their way back over here. Um, just sorry for the confusion. I probably should get my phone and share the link on Facebook so that people will know that I changed it. Hey, baby steps. Thank you. I actually got my hair like blown out, and I honestly do not believe it or not, I had to wrap it down for this live because I do not like my hair down. I don't normally like it down because it's aggravating. So I normally keep it like wrapped up. I would prefer it to be uh more curly and poofy, but I can't manage it. I'm not good with hair. So let's see. Let me see if I can share this. Oh my gosh. I love when people share like their real babies on Facebook and stuff because the photos are so great. I have a skin tone that I want to do. Um and I want to do it so bad, but I don't know how to get there, but I'm gonna try. Um it's so thick, just pretty, you're still natural, right? Yes. So I'm very much natural. My hairstylist, we always laughing, and I said, "How my bald spot doing?" And she said, "Cause she goes, your hair is actually thickening up and getting back to its you know s- full state because my hair has always been really really thick." And I know I'm just stalling time so people can fall in. So we're not going to talk about my hair all day, but I have this. It started. I don't know. I think it started. I don't know. Maybe you know, years after my divorce, but in the middle of my head, which my mom does it too. She actually pick her hair, like do this all day. I don't even do that, but in the top of my head with stress, I thought it had to do with when I was having some medical issues at one point, but with stress, it thins out, and it was almost like so bald up there one time, like I took a picture and I had my head down like this, and you could see the how thin it was up there. But it's just that spot. She's like, "Oh, girl, you got coverage now." So you can see it a little bit where it's thin up here a little bit, but other than that, it's it's full. but I'm all natural, no perms, no chemicals, because I'm trying to work on everything health. One day I was sitting at my desk and I'm so impulsive. I was just like, you know what? I'm tired of this. And I was tired of having to wait to go get a relaxer, having to call my mom like I'm 5 years old to come over to my house to relax my hair. And I got my scissors. I got up from work. I mean, I was on, working from home at the time during the pandemic, and I cut all my hair off all the way down. You guys remember I went like completely bald, like cut it off so that I could grow it out natural. But anyway, so yeah, no relaxers, just blow dried out and flat iron. So I don't know what you guys thought about the video that I just did a little while ago. Um, these topics been surfacing. I don't know if I really want to start this back up again where I kind of express myself and talk about how I feel about certain topics, but uh, you know, sometimes I kind of miss being able to have real discussions about real stuff that is pertaining directly to collecting itself. You know, not the petty drama of you know the little girl fights. I don't want to do that. I just like talking about things that actually directly or indirectly affects us as a whole, as a community, as artists, as collectors, when we're buying and selling these dolls. Um, I don't want to be in the midst of like a lot of drama or anything like that. So, but I just, you know, sometimes, people that I really love commentary or I love, that they're able to be free. And I used to be that way before I started painting and becoming an artist. It kind of stripped me away from a lot of my rights. If I want to be somewhat successful in this industry, I have to kind of keep my mouth closed a little bit and pick and choose what I want to, even talk about, even if I'm really passionate about the topic. Um, but I get a lot of like questions and inboxes and stuff. And I'll be honest with you guys, especially now, I really don't like doing a lot of one on one inboxes because people take that stuff and they use it to their advantage at a later date. So you fall out with someone, and next thing you know, everything that you shared in confidence become public knowledge and stuff. So I feel like if I have something to say, I'd rather say it in an open public forum. Like I don't want to be whispering, you know, anything to anyone. I do have a few very close friends in the community that I will talk to about certain things, but for the most part, I don't even get into like a lot of stuff is mostly about like the cost of kits and me back and forth if I'm going to be painting for however long. And I think I feel a little bit freeing actually because I'm going back to work and I'm like, I don't care, I'm going back to work. um but I think, what do you guys think? Do you think that artists should start like posting when customers, abandon layaways, or when customers do chargebacks, or when customers are problematic? Or do you think those things should be handled in private? I mean, at what point do you think it should be put out there? And I'm going to put a comment, I'm going to put a link here, and I am going to limit how long a person come on, so you're not going to be able to just come on and sit on the screen, but but feel free if you feel like you want to get on and share your thoughts on it. The link is in the description bar, and feel free to pop in. You do have to be a subscriber. I've changed the way I'm doing my live streams right now, where you have to be a subscriber to comment. So if you're not able to comment, it's probably because you're not subscribed to my channel. And I think you should be subscribed if you want to be a part of the channel and everything. So I'm definitely opening up that for you guys to be able to um, to comment or step in. I wish so badly sometimes that I could just like call some of these sculptors and artists like I used to and have fun, but oh my God, they kill me. But yeah. So nobody, no thoughts, scared to talk about it, want to move on to something else, let me know. Oh my gosh. Sometimes it's so, I don't know. I think it's okay. So Baby Step says, I think it should be private unless it can't be. So you think it should be private unless you can't come to a resolution? Um, so this is what my question is. Okay, so yes. Okay, so when it's like, okay, somebody drop out, they don't pay, right? They don't pay for the doll, and the artists come on and say, well, someone backed out. Wait, doll collector. If they outright steal, it's their right to make it public. Apart from that, it's debatable. Before you put stuff out there, be prepared for the blowback and have your ducks in a row. That I have to agree with. I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Because this is my thought process on it. Okay, let's pick a scenario. Okay, picture it, Sicily, 1922. Collector does a 3-month layaway. They're supposed to be doing equal parts payments. They get to the third month, and all of a sudden they tell you, my cat lost his teeth. I gotta buy dentures. I'm not gonna be able to finish out my layaway. I need a refund. Can you sell the doll to somebody else? Boom. So the artist goes out and says, thank you, Miss Patricia. And then the artist goes up there and they make a post and they say, Penelope backed out of her layaway because her cat needed dentures. And, I've been working with her for so many months. Now I have this doll that's stuck with me. And I don't, so, and she wants a refund. I didn't spend the money because I'm not holding on to this money for 2 months because it was non-refundable payments, blah, 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 blah. Then it becomes a whole debate. And then, all this stuff of sometimes it comes out where the collector be like, well, the reason why I backed out because you were not giving updates, you wasn't on time, or, I saw the way you did another baby's doll and I just hated it and I just was scared, or blah. It could be a whole bunch of stuff that come out, right? So let's just say, so even if nothing comes out other than that, how is that going to help the actual person that's having the trouble? Like, how is that going to help the artist? Is that going to automatically get her a new customer? Is that going to automatically refund the customer? Is it going to save somebody else from dealing with someone that backs out of the layaway or not want to do business with this person? Because I can tell you what happens is that particular customer may very well be in a transaction with someone else and paying on time perfectly. And then they pay that artist off. That artist is not going to stop doing business with them, baby, because she stopped with you. That's the thing. That's the dirty side of this community. You can trash talk a buyer, but if that buyer has a reputation with other sellers and it's okay and it's intact, they don't care how they did you because they don't care about you. That's what people got to realize. A lot of these people do not care about you. We don't care. And I'm saying that as a whole in general. We don't care. They don't care. So it doesn't really do nothing but stir up a whole bunch of drama, in my opinion. It doesn't help. It helps another person to be like, I don't think I'll do layaway. The only way I'll sell to her is she pays straight out. Yes, it's beneficial to them. But for me, it's not going to benefit me. So what's the point? You know what I mean? How is it going to help your business? It's not. It's going to hurt it more than help it. That's just my thought process. Let me read what someone else said. If I was an artist, I would not blast the customer. that was open with communicating, I would try to make the sale. To sell the doll forward, I think those details are not necessary. If the artist said it's not refundable, well, it's not for her. But if it wasn't disclosed, is a problem. Okay, yeah. Then someone said hello, Lolas. Okay, so right, so you have to disclose it's non-refundable. And then we all know how that can go too. People still fight you for those payments back. And that's another reason why a lot of artists do not do layaways, because we can say non-refundable all day long. It just depends on how it goes. Sometimes PayPal will say you were making payments, installments, it's not refundable. Sometimes PayPal will be like, yes, that customer can get their money back. So it's always up in the air. Now, I do like, and it kind of hurt me in a situation where I felt like I should have been able to get out of this situation, because the artist just was playing dirty pool. But anyway, I did discover in the process, however, that now where a lot of people are doing, where they used to could be easily do chargebacks, if PayPal denies, if PayPal denies you a refund, a lot of banks will not do a chargeback if you pay through PayPal. So that's kind of a good way, but I don't know. But yeah, so I don't know. It's like I get it. There's times where I see like a whole, I don't know if you guys remember, where it was a whole situation where the customer, she backed out of the layaway. She buys all these high-end dolls. She buys all the prototypes, and she's over in a place where, it's hard for her to get dolls. So she spends all this top dollar. And then the artist was like mad because she backed out and found out that she was doing a layaway with someone else. And that's why she was backing out with her to get the money, or she was reselling her spot and all this and stuff. Well, comes to find out, that artist also was making a ton more money off of this collector as well, because she was charging her more just because she knows that she could and that she would pay it, and because she have a hard time getting dolls where she's located. So like, it's a lot of stuff, like whoever doll collector said, be prepared for the backlash. Like, it can get really grimy. But people still talk behind the scenes. If a customer or artist did something dirty but nothing is said privately, it still be spoken behind the scenes. Absolutely. So, and I used to say that all the time. I used to be like, when I used to do my videos and I used to do like critiques and I used to do my doll show reviews, and people thought it was so brutal. I'm like, I'm only saying what the crowd was saying. I was watching a doll show review or live, or I don't know if it was live or video, but I was watching the playback. And in the background, while this YouTuber is recording, you can hear the girl say, and these dolls out here that's at this show, girl, bye. I wish I would, and all this stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, oh my gosh. But I listen, I'm guilty because I said, Lord God, I don't know who video I might be on, because I remember me and this collector walking and talking, and we just going on and on, and I'm just like, and she like, camera. She's like, camera. Somebody's like recording, walking through, and they catch a conversation. So I used to be like, be glad I'm saying it publicly, because I think the comments that's going on behind the scenes is more damaging. So, um, so I think that, my thing is that it's going to always be whispers. It's always going to be gossip. It's always going to be talk. People can sit here and pretend like they so good and they so perfect, and they don't talk about people, and they don't talk about dolls, and they don't talk about artists. They don't talk about sculptors, and that's a lie. we're human. We're going to share our opinions. We're going to say it. Even if you do it tasteful or distasteful, you're going to say it. I think the only thing you can do is be the best that you can be, and as do as professional as you can be as an artist or a seller, when it comes to everything, and be upfront. Disclose stuff. Make sure you. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Something else. This voice message thing is trending crazy. I love it. But when I'm doing business, I'll talk through the thing to explain something or break something down sometimes, but I always like to type things out. Make sure you type things out, because you can't screenshot a voice recording if you need receipts to prove that you said this, that, and the other. People like, can I call you? Call me for what? This is an online transaction. Everything needs to be in black and white. People want to be so personal and buddies and friends. No, this is business. You don't need to call me. Let's type this out. Let's make sure that our transaction, our communication is in writing. People don't understand how important that is to protect your transaction. Oh, let me call you. No, you don't need to call me. This is an online business. Some artists I know, they get on the phone and they talk to their customers. I don't want to do that. I've seen scenarios play out online where they're like, well, I didn't put that in the message, but when we were on the phone, I said this. If you can't prove it, it never happened. You know what I mean? So yeah. I feel like this community is so many gray areas that it's very hard to navigate if you let it be. I mean, even just being the most non-problematic person, just being very, you know, low maintenance, you still going to run into some situations. However, I think sometimes we make it more complicated than it need to be. You know what I mean? I think we make it more complicated than it need to be. I also, you run into things where people think I'm crazy when I say I prefer to keep my friends separate from my business, and that's very hard to do. And some people we can be friends but also do business, but it's very telling signs in the beginning when you realize that things are kind of like crossing and blurring the lines, because once you do that, down the line it could cause a lot of grief. And especially if I really really, really value the person as a customer, or vice versa. If I really value them as a friend, I don't want to lose either one, so I rather keep it separate, because we can say handle it like an adult. Let's, be an adult in this situation. But as we can see, as a whole in this community, we don't have very, like, everybody is not on an adult level. We definitely still have some high school 50, 60-year-olds, 40-year-olds out here still arguing and fussing and fighting in the playground. So I don't, because some people are like, oh, if we talk every day, then you should, oh, I was expecting you to do this for me or do that different. No, it's business. This is the way I do my business. I'm not doing anything different, you know. So I mean, and that's another thing. It's like, and it's okay if I do a box opening. Yes, exactly. If I do a box opening for one of my friends in the community, that me and them chat more, or I know a little bit more about their personal taste, and I personalize their box opening to them, I have the prerogative to do that. I remember at one time there was a whole thing about that. Like, oh, people do better box openings for people that's on YouTube because they know it's going to be on YouTube. Okay, that's advertising and marketing for them. Well, I guess it's kind of also creating false hope. If you see this person open up this box opening, it's all lavish, and then you go buy it because you're like, oh, they do lavish box openings, and then you get the box opening like, one Family Dollar outfit and a rattle. Girl, what? Baby, you should have had a channel. That's free marketing. who will make business with that kind of who thank you, Felicia. Um who would want to make business with that kind of dishonest people? Yes, I agree. Like that's yeah, no. A real friend would not ask for freebies or discounts if that's what I offer to a friend. That should come from my heart and not expectations. Exactly. But that's not always the case because here's the thing. Everybody's not a real friend. So again, you sometimes it's hard to decipher between the two. So you got to be, and it works both ways. It's not like, oh, these collectors are playing up to artists, so that they can get discount. Artists also play up to collectors because they know they spend their money. So it can work both ways. You know what I mean? So it's just, but yeah, I have people that I talk to on a regular basis that wouldn't dare ask me to discount them or hook them up or every time when somebody start out a sentence to me like this is the way it go. And I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Soon as a person start out a sentence with me like, yeah, what's your prices? I'm on a budget or this and other, or they start out with, I don't got it like that, or, you know, or sis, I like to get a baby from you, sis. Girl, I know your prices be high and I probably can't afford it, sis, but girl, what girl, you gonna look out for me, friend, or you gonna look out for me, sis, and all this and stuff. I'm like, baby, we ain't come out the same woo-ha. But we can sis all day in the comments, but when it comes down to my business, baby, we ain't come out the same woo-ha. Baby, I can't help you. So yeah, it can get real crazy. It's funny. And then the other thing, so the other thing aside from shopping and buying dolls and all this and stuff, the other thing now is a big topic is well, it's a big topic on the people pages and stories that I've been seeing. It's people that are like creating, like asking for donations and putting their cash apps or um asking GoFundMe's for personal problems or issues and family stuff, and it's like the community. Sometimes I'm telling you, sometimes I open up my Facebook or I open up my Instagram and I just and it doesn't happen daily. It just seems like it's always like it'll be like at this time, like it's like everybody in the same place at the same time. And I'll see all these like GoFundMe for this, and my uncle cousin cat died, and we need a new car, and I need a place to stay, and my dog fell off his skateboard, and you know what I mean? Like, and then it's like the community, and it's like, where are your family and your friends, your personal friends? Like, why are we dumping this stuff into the community? And then you look at these people doll demographics and it's like, girl, what? you, you over there with about $80,000 worth of dolls over there, and you talking about your baby can't eat? Like, baby, you need some, baby, you ain't got no real friends. And everybody's trying to justify that situation. Listen, I don't usually like to get into that kind of stuff, but I'm just gonna say, baby, you need some real friends. Cause baby, I wish your mother would come to me and tell me that baby ain't ate and we supposed to be friends, or we need food, or we struggling, we not making ends meet, and you steady bringing home $10,000 dolls, baby. Cause why? Cause why that baby ain't eating? Baby, somebody need to snatch your edges, your soul, and all of that. Cause baby, what kind of mama you is? Like at this point, I'm questioning everything about you. Like, I'm in fact, I don't even want to follow you because at this point, this is ridiculous. You a whole scam. Because come on now. You come to tell me You walk past your little drooling, little hungry little children with the white lips, and and go pick up that $10,000 doll and don't think not once that you should put it up for sale. Baby, even if I got to lose some money on it, baby, we gonna eat. And if that don't work, you gotta never mind, baby. Don't get me started, because I'm like, baby, you got. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all in case y'all don't know. You got a whole ATM, baby, working for you, baby. You better use it, and not for output but input. Okay. Because baby, why? What is you? What? Why I need to give you some money? You see my collection? I don't got nothing in here worth more, more than what you got going on over there, and you asking me for money? Like, it's like people selling their dogs and saying they're gonna contribute to this person, and you don't see them putting up nothing for sale. Or then you got a whole GoFundMe, or you raising money, and then next week, look what I got. And then back in the day, it used to be a story of my husband bought this one. I don't care. Your husband should have bought them hungry behind children some food too. Don't be talking about, oh, my sister blessed me. Years ago, this lady was like, she did this kind of stuff, and then she talking about, my mama bought me this silicone doll. Your mama should have paid your bills too before she bought you that doll. Because now I see why you stupid, because your mama's stupid too. Because why would she buy you a doll over her grandchildren eating, or you getting a rent? Baby, y'all be falling for it. And then baby, I see, baby, and then I don't want to get too deep, but let me tell you something. You see stuff. You be seeing stuff. People sitting here talking about, oh, I couldn't pay stuff came up. I can't pay this layaway. It's a lot going on, this and the other. And then, like, you go look on their page, they living their best life. They out here. Next thing you know, 2 hours later, box opening. So, yeah, how you losing me? Artist integrity is such an important thing. I think you and your work reflects that really well. Thank you. Player 10G, I-95. Girl, I've just been trying to figure out, like, yeah, I can't, and then, I'm telling you guys, this layaway is a death trap. It's not a death trap, but it's a money trap. People be like, oh, I need a layaway. As soon as you say you can't do a layaway, they got the full payment. So did you really need a layaway, or was you trying to? And I understand, don't get me wrong, certain big amounts of money, you don't want to drop it all at one time. I'm going to tell you why sometimes I prefer to do. I'm going to tell you why sometimes I prefer to do not do layaway over layaway. Because first of all, PayPal back in the day did not cover if you do layaway. As well as customs. A lot of people don't realize that. That's why a lot of artists are great with doing customs, because first of all, the moment they send you that invoice and it says custom on there, you're not getting a refund, sweetie. I don't care if you cry a river. You're not getting a refund. But anyway, I do not like doing it because of that, number one. And two, I don't want people like, I like to have instant gratification if the doll is already done. But sometimes big payments, you might need a layaway. I understand that. It's good people that actually pay their layaways, pay them off early most of the time. Most people end up saying, oh, I need 3 months, I need 4 months, and they pay it off in 2. I had a girl tell me she needed 30 days or something like that, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, I don't know. Girl paid it off in 2 hours. She said, oh, I had a doll sale. I got it. So, certain customers, they do honest business, and that's good. It's the people that screw artists over that really make it hard for the people that really, it's not like, some people say if you need layaway, you can't afford it, you shouldn't be getting it. I can't stand behind that, because sometimes you just don't want to drop that kind of money, or you are in the process of selling some other dolls to buy this doll. So you might want to, put half down to secure it, lock it in, make sure it's yours. Boom, your doll sell, you can pay it off type thing. So I get that. Those people are fine. It's the people that does like multiple layaways, or just they put a doll on layaway, you know, artists take the doll off the market, and the next thing you know, they cancel out because they see something different, and now they're left stuck with it. And here's the thing: we all know that in this community, everybody wants what's trending. Well, if you've taken this doll off the market for 2 months, 50 million thousand 11 more kits done came out. Half of them is Cassie braces on, but the shade. Let me stop. But still, they, these artists that's dropping these sculpts every two weeks, baby, that sculpt so old news, don't nobody want it at this point. So now, not only did you make this artist got to give you this money back, or got to deal with this situation, now it's going to be twice as hard for them to sell this doll. And then they could have had a buyer that was willing to pay. And that's why you see a lot of people be like, oh, I will consider, layaway, but I will take a full payment buyer first. They say that because if if they hold out for this person, even though they really would love to see you with the baby, you may cancel out on them, and then they stuck. And that person that was gonna pay in full, I guarantee you that same day they're gonna find something else to buy. Because what happens with us is we impulsive, we get excited, the adrenaline is rushing. Now we can't get this baby, we gotta get something. It's like you feel like you gotta get something now, because I wanted that baby and I didn't get it. So then you end up buying something, which a lot of times is something that you really don't want or need, and you end up selling it shortly afterwards, or regretting that you bought it. But nevertheless, that's what happens. And that customer's lost, they've lost their buyer. Sunflower baby Angel's doll said so true. And Eden said, eat it. Reborn Nursery said, right. So yeah, so it's I think, we got to start looking at it from all angles. I get it. It's all fun and games. We could laugh, we could joke about it, but at the end of the day, a lot of people, this is their livelihood. And even if it's not my only job, I've worked hard. I've worked for hours and weeks and day in, missed time out with my family, with my friends, trying to get this baby done, wanting to get it just right. And that's going into the last video that I talked about even too. But let me finish my thought on this, because y'all know I'm scatterbrained. And then people think you're just supposed to be okay with not getting paid or having to refund. Now I got to pull this money out and this and that. It's one thing if it's the artist's fault, or they, do something, then okay. But to just be like, oh, never mind, I changed my mind. And then, I've heard a lot of people like, oh, if that happens, you're popular, you can resell the doll. That ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? So, it just, yeah, it's too much. And I, man, such a love. So, okay, you're preaching now. Yeah, it is. It's people, and then it's like, I couldn't buy without layaway. However, I never once canceled a layaway. It makes me so angry when people want for those who pay. Absolutely. Mama Heart love of silicones. It is. It's kind of, and here's the thing. I don't like to do layaway. I barely do layaway. I will occasionally do layaway from people that have bought from me multiple times, and we've had easy, good transactions. Reason being, there's a lot of reasons. One is because I know they're familiar with my work. So if they come to me to buy something, I feel like they really want it and they know that they're probably going to get something that they actually like. So it's worth going through with the transaction. When people have never bought from you before, they're uncertain. So something else jiggling and glittering in their eyes over here may easily persuade them to cancel back out. Doesn't happen all the time. I know it's not fair to people who never bought, but at the same time, it is what it is because these type of situations happen. Oh, I understand why layaways are not ideal, but for the big purchases, I'm glad I was given the time. I do not enter in unless I can pay off early or within the 90 days because I'm an instant gratification. Yes. Yes. So yes. So and that's my thing. It's like it is good buyers out there, but that's not the problem. The problem is the bad buyers. And then you got to understand, and this is another thing that people don't understand. When you're working on these dolls, it takes weeks. Sometimes, yeah, people can paint. I see artists all the time paint a doll every 3 days, paint it and root it. You know what I mean? That's great. And not to even say their work, not even bad. Their work is highly detailed. Everything is just they've been doing it so long. They know what they're doing. Boom, 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 boom. Great. That's wonderful for them. But some people do not because they have a whole household. They got to take care of their kids. They got to service their man. They got to work on a whole nother job sometime. They got to keep up their household. They got to cook. They got to be made. You know, we as women, we the doctor, we the mama, we the, you know. So it might take us a week. It may take us 2 weeks. So you don't work all this time and now you're ready to get paid because this doll is complete. You still offer someone layaway. And then they turn around and they make these payments and then they say to you, I want a refund. Do you understand the whole dynamic, how that just can mess somebody up and really piss them off? Like, no. And even if I got the money and I don't touch it until you get that dog, because that's another thing. People are like, oh, I don't touch the money and take a dog. If I do a layaway, I'm touching my money. Period. A lot of times now, I will say I try to keep money. I don't touch money that I know that I won't have in my bank account to refund if it came down to that. But I'm going to tell you something. With everything in my body, I'm going to try not to give it back to you. Now, if it's going to be more hassle for me not to give it back to you, I'm going to give it back to your little pissy funky tail. But don't you ever in your ever edgeless life come in my inbox for not a thing. Okay. Because, baby, we could never. You know what I mean? Now, there's always gray areas. There's sometimes stuff come up and it just happened. It just happened. And yeah, those type of people, I can understand it's a one-off thing. It might happen one time. It's not a regular thing. But no. Mm-mm. 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 I've had a few cancellations worked out in my favor, though. I love the baby. Both times I kept them in my collection. I buy and sell, so I have problems from both sides. I refuse to chase someone for payments and make it clear that payments are non-refundable. I also bought from bad sellers. Yeah, and that's the thing too. What other people, girl, if that dog ate that paycheck, you better eat that dog. Man, because you better poop that check back out because we want our money. Listen, I'm telling you, see, I had to block somebody because that. And that's the thing too. A lot of people talk about artists, right? But you guys don't realize, as collectors, one day you're also become the seller too. You're not just a buyer when when you in this hobby and it's so expensive. You are not going to always be on the buying end. You're going to become the seller, and you get to see how it feels when you trying to sell a doll because you're trying to get Happy Joe over there, Jiggly Wiggly from the Piggly Wigglies, and you done sold this to Penelope over here, and Penelope done decided that nah, you can keep your little funky little baby over there because I don't want it. I'm gonna go over here and buy a baby from Tammy Ray. And now she done left you stuck. You done already committed to making payments on another baby. Now she done backed out, and now what? See, it comes around, baby. Karma is a mother. Yeah, that part. You can, baby, this game, you better play fair because karma is real. It's real. And I'm telling you, I have not always been, I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying I've never did anything wrong in the buying or selling. Well, I'm kind of good, girl. I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of good. But listen, now if somebody do some false advertisement for me, I can't. I can't bring it home. I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna talk. Let me talk about this buyer remorse thing too. Hold on. Look, let me hold my church finger up. I received a message yesterday asking me to lower the price of a silicone because she couldn't afford it. I was furious and told her to look for something in her price range. Oh my gosh. Yes, I have seen the selling side and have more grace for the artist now for sure. Yeah. It's crazy. Like you and this is a thing too for me. I get a lot of people inbox me. And it it really, really behooves me that they will sit there and go, "Oh, um, I got this doll. Do you think you can paint over it or you could this or that?" I'm like, go back to the artist. Cause that's not what I asked for or this and other. Did the artist not show you final photos? Do it look like the photo that she showed you? Yes. Okay, so why you didn't tell that artist right then and there? Ma'am, some artists will be better with um, working with you, maybe even refund you if you say you don't like the end product. Versus you getting that doll home, you done bathed with it, played with it, breastfed it, all this stuff, let your cats lick it, your dog bite it, whatever. And then you want to be talking about 2 weeks later, talking about, well, I didn't open it until yesterday. And I'm just not happy with it. Well, you're gonna have to be, baby. You better sell it. Cause baby, what? Like you ain't like the pictures. You didn't have no complaints on the pictures. Well, I didn't see this and that on, and then they started looking for little money. That buyer remorse thing, that's a whole nother subject. Oh my God. And that takes me into why people like to sell to the same people all the time. And they be so reluctant to sell to new people because people are can be ridiculous. They really can. I mean, and like I said, I'm talking about the small fraction of people that I have had some amazing customers. I have dealt with some amazing collectors, artists, other artists that I've bought from, that I've sold to. I'm just talking about that fraction of the community that just makes it suck for everybody else. Yes. I just, at some point, it's like, babe, I don't know what to tell you. And a lot of times it's because either they impulse buying or they spent more than they should have spent. And that is a problem a lot of times. And that's why I say buy within your price range. Don't push yourself too far out, because if you buy something that's extremely expensive and above your, baby, if I got the twerk, flip, roll over, do splits, cartwheels, stand on my head, sell half of my, furniture to get a doll home, and I get that doll, the least little thing that's off on that doll, I'm like, I could have just still been sitting on my couch instead of sitting on this floor to do this box opening. You know what I mean? So if you buy something that you can easily afford and it didn't really interrupt your financial status and your eating patterns, you 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 you're not as nitpicky. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just, all I can say is that this community is definitely different, and we definitely got to we we got to be open-minded. We got to give each other grace, but we got to be fair. We got to be fair. People work hard. And that's what I was saying. I ended my video, ended the last video where it said, I did the work, now pay me for it. People, when people be so quick, they be like, oh, boo-boo baby. And they want to jump on it because they think you're supposed to like give this baby away. But it's so crazy. Like, I'm to the point where I heard one of my favorite artists back in the day stop selling boo-boo babies. They used to sell boo-boo babies and then they stopped selling boo-boo babies. And that now I understand why they don't do it. For one, they said they don't like for their work to be out there as boo-boo babies because people don't always disclose that it was a boo-boo baby, or they got it for less because of the flaws in the baby. And then so then other people get to work and be like, oh, they're working all that. But really, it's a baby that was sold as a boo-boo baby. The other thing is, mainly for me, is like, especially with silicone, is like, if the baby got a flaw or boo-boo, I might as well keep it because, baby, all the work that you have to put in it, you could put so much work. You could work, and anybody can contest to this, even painting with, whether it's vinyl or silicone, but mainly silicone. You can get all the way to the end of that baby and do the craziest thing happen to that baby and it throw it off or something, but you've worked just as many hours as you have on any other baby, and sometimes even more, and then that last thing messed it up, and now somebody wants you to just like be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sell it to you for $2. It's just, I'd rather keep it myself. I'd rather take the benefit of having the doll with the boo-boo than to sell it for pennies. I just do, because people don't understand what it takes, you know. And that's the other thing. Sometimes I remember being in that place where I used to be like, oh, it's so easy, oh, this oh gosh, I wish I thought this was harder than this, and it's so easy. It's not that I want to discourage people from wanting to paint like reborns or silicones, because it can be easy. To some people, it does come easier than to others. And it's fun and it's rewarding in the end. But it also can be stressful, and it also is not as easy when you make a mistake or something go wrong. It's like you're in a panic, and it's just different at that point. But when you're first doing it and you're all excited and everything's going right, it's like, oh yeah, this great, this easy. And another thing, when you put that narrative out there, people equate easy to it should be cheaper. You're setting yourself up, baby. You're setting yourself up, Cleo. And don't get me wrong, I hate these artists that out here make it sound like, oh my God, yes, because I get my eyeballs from Hana Wawa Shaka Bagalingo, and nobody gets eyes from there. And these eyes are porcelain with, silicone drip and da 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 da. And you like, okay. One artist, I'll never forget, this artist told me one day, we was chatting, and she goes, yeah, but see, the reason why I charge so much for my reborns because I spend $300, $500 for eyes. I said, what kind of damn eyes you got? Because, baby, I need to borrow them for myself. Like, what? Girl, what? Why is you spending $500 on $100 kit? Eyes. Baby, people be doing the most. Oh, because I spent $500. I spent $1,000 on weave, baby. I don't even spend that much money on the weave that I put in my head, baby. What are you talking about, baby? Y'all doing the most this, baby. Just give me the $20 hair. Can you give me some $50 eyes? But yeah, people do like, right. They better be seeing into the future. People be some artists will make stuff sound, I've been painting this baby for, I remember one artist always say she painted for 6 months. It takes her 6 months to paint a doll. 6 months. 6 months to paint a reborn. 6 months. Every baby takes her 6 months. And then she got her first prototype, did it in a week, and it looked like the one she did in 6 months. Like, wait a minute, baby, what? Now wait a minute. Baby, wait a minute. Maybe we don't count the same, because you meant 6 days, 6 hours, because 6 weeks, 6 months. This baby looked the same as all your other babies, and you did it in a week. Like, What you talking about, Sally? Like, so yeah, it'd be just too much. Whoa, baby. I'm just telling y'all, I'm having fun. I'm being silly, but I'm being serious too. I've seen some things in my time here, and like I said, this could be a fun place. It really can. I want people to take me serious, but I don't want people to take me too serious to the way they all in their feelings and they blowing up my spot because they in their feelings. You know, I'm a very honest, direct person. Sometimes I don't realize, some things I say may come across a little too harsh and I could have put it a different way. But I just say what I'm thinking. Like I was just telling them in the next level in my Chatterbox, but you guys should join my membership. Because I am gonna start back doing my videos how I want to. Because girl, I'm going to work, honey. So if y'all cancel me, I don't care. No, I'm just playing. I do care. I still want to get my little extra money. But I was sharing this story and I'll share it with y'all. So I was at the doll show and we were looking at, AA dolls. And, I saw one and I said, now this color actually is kind of nice on this one. Doll. I was like, but I was thinking to myself, I was like, but this, this is a monkey. And um it would have been nice if it was on a regular baby or whatever. So I was like, I've been wanting a monkey so bad. So I was like, I should ask how much this price is for this monkey. And and so I was looking for the sculptor to ask her how much the price was for the monkey, but baby, I always got an angel, baby. Them Lolas be coming through. Lola say, that's not a monkey. I say yes, it is, and I'm gonna find out. I know some people don't like monkeys, but I do like monkeys. Don't just no, leave it. I was like, what do you mean? So I looked and I noticed the dog didn't have a tail. So it was actually supposed to be a baby, but I'm telling you, it looked like a monkey. The sculpt looked like a monkey, and it was. I mean, see, and I could have easily, and I was, you know, I wasn't live at the time, thank God. And I could have went and asked this lady, how much is it for this monkey over here? And they would have swore I was trying to be being rude. But I seriously legit was arguing with this collector friend, Lola, that this was a monkey. Because it looked just like a monkey. So I do stuff, and sometimes I don't even know I'm doing and saying stuff. Like, I don't know. It looked like a monkey to me. I'm sorry. I still in my mind I still want to believe that she just didn't give that monkey a tail. I really, 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 and I should have just bought it anyway for a monkey, but I didn't. But I used to be able to have fun. I used to be able to do reviews and be able to talk about this stuff. And I can't do it like that no more because if I want to be an artist, I cannot do it. People feel some type of way. It's so much stuff I wish I could talk about. So much stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So much, challenges as an artist. So much fun stuff. But there's perks to being an influencer. Surely I get kickbacks when I do prototypes, or stuff like that, or but it's also times where people try to take advantage of that too. It's like, I want you to paint this doll. Ooh, I want this. I would love for this doll to be on your channel, but you don't want to. You don't want to discount me. You don't want to give me a free doll. You don't want to give me a prototype opportunity, but you want me to paint your doll and you want it to be debut on my channel, but you'll go and give it to Joe Blow that's not going to even show it but once or twice. So, it's a lot of uneven, unbalanced things in this community, but it's, yeah. You would have been you would have been canceled for that one. Game over. I know. I really wanted to ask. I was just like, oh my God. It was so cute as a monkey. Like, I don't know why they thought it was. I don't know. But I'm telling you, the skin tone was actually nice. And that was the part that got me. I was like, dang. Yeah, she saved me. It was a couple times. Oh, and let me tell you another time at the doll show what happened. So I was walking in, I'm just talking because y'all know I didn't want a video. I didn't want to go live. I can't do my reviews like I do. So I was just talking. I was like, ooh, and that baby this and that and all this stuff or whatever. And I was just running my mouth. And I'm right there. And the microphone was right there. And she was tapping the microphone like testing, testing. And my Lola was like, came through once again and was like, hey, shh, Mike. Because she was just gonna call out the number to the they was doing like what you call it, the raffle. She was just gonna call out the number to that, and I was just like, I would have been on the mic saying, oh yeah, and did you see that baby look like so and so and so, and everybody would have heard me. It was so many times. Thank you, Aaron. I was praying for you during those lives. And praying that you wasn't, baby. Listen, it was probably your prayers too, because I'm telling you right now, it was so many times. And I might be on some of my lives. Like, let me tell you what really got me, and I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all who live it was. Stacy Rainbow Reborns or something like that. And not her live, it was a video of the doll show, the first part. In the background, you can hear the girl saying, girl, and the way these dolls looking at this show, girl, bye. And or something like that. And I was like, oh my God. Oh Lord, somebody gonna have me on the video. I just know it because it was so many people walking around vlogging and cameras going and stuff. I said they're gonna be like, oh my God, so what I'm talking about. I would just be like, okay, I said it. I'm sorry. Woo! Listen, baby, I needed all that I could get because honey, I was on edge. It was a couple of times I almost messed up. And then one time I forgot I was on live. Baby. What I told the people told them they were loose or something like that. I was like, Lord, I'm just gonna turn this camera off. You notice I ain't record as much this year. For those that have followed me for many years, I normally record a lot. I didn't do all that this time because baby, it was just too much. I just would have got myself in a lot of trouble. But anyway, I will tell y'all, honestly, uncut raw version, I honestly enjoyed that show more than I enjoyed any other show. I don't know if it's because of the place I'm in right now. I don't know what, but something about that show just gave me so much life. I love that show more than any doll show that I've been to so far. So far, it's been the best one. My very first doll show was really fun, actually, too. And but it's so crazy because when I think about the very first doll show that I went to, it was the first time I ever got on a plane. I flew to Denver, Colorado. I hung out with these people, and all those people hate me. Like years later, it's like, where are they now? But anyway, that's no here or there. But but I think this show was just like it was really nice. It was really nice. I think all it was a lot of positive energy flowing. Everybody seemed like they was just excited to be there and be part of the show. It was like nobody's been. Now I did miss somebody said that somebody was getting in the way and they pushed the lady down and she fell. Instead of another person helping them up, they start recording them. I didn't see that part, but I don't know. That's allegedly that's what happened. But other than that, I didn't hear anything. I got to meet people that I hadn't met. I got to see dolls that I hadn't seen. Oh, I got to see a lot of dolls. But anyway, we did the doll show review. But that's that. So if anybody got any other questions for me, I am gonna go because I actually took a nap today, believe it or not. I took a nap and didn't realize I woke up about 6 o'clock. I was like, oh, I gotta go eat. I gotta get ready. I gotta go do live. And then I realized I did my all my house chores and stuff that I need to do. So I will be up all night cleaning and all that stuff. So yes. So some people was asking, like, I don't know if the Kansas show is bigger or not, or if it's different, the same vibe. But a lot of people, a couple people say they think the Kansas show is going to be, just as nice, or it's going to be just as big. I don't know. I've never been, but a doll show is a doll show. I'm telling you, I went by myself. This is actually too, I want to say this is probably the first year that I actually went. No one person I had confided in that I was coming, a sculptor I had told. Um, but other than that, I did not, I didn't tell, anyone. And this is probably the first year that I didn't like have no friend that I was meeting there and we were gonna hang out and stuff like that. I just went totally solo. And it was I still had a great time. Like I really did. I was by myself I took my daughter, but as far as meeting with, and she's only 10. So um but I had fun. I got to, do some after the party show, got to hang out with a couple sculptors and play sculpt. Let me find out y'all on sculpting. um, so I got to have a little fun. I got to see some behind the scenes stuff. I got to see, you know, um, a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff. So, and I'm very pumped and excited about the babies that are coming out. That's coming up. And this is not a promo, but you know, um, I keep saying I'm excited about Silicone Studio is starting to do gonna do some awake babies, and so I'm excited about that. I am gonna be doing a prototype for Grace. The real baby name is Gianna, and she couldn't call her Gigi because I have Gianna and I call her Gigi, and it's just it'll be confusing. So she went with the middle name and Grace. So I'll be doing the prototype Grace, and that's an awake baby. And I get real nervous about awake babies, but I just thought she was so cute, the little lip. So I'm wanting to explore with different things and different expressions and different things. But there's one baby in the making. I can't say anything, can't say a whole lot about it. But there's a baby that I am holding my breath on because I'm hoping this is going to be the one. I got big hopes for this baby. It's looking like amazing. I love to get to see the work in progress and to get to see the sculpts develop and stuff. And it's really nice and it's good for me and my soul because in this community a lot of people always be like, oh, so and so is copying so and so, or this person. It's nice when you actually can see somebody start something from nothing and actually sculpt it from start to finish. And it's also nice that I got to see like particular sculpts that that do have some similarities to maybe that did have similarity to another sculpt. I got to see that sculpt and I got to see it that it was not anything up under it. It was raw sculpting. So that makes me feel better, especially as if I'm promoting someone, I like to kind of know that they actually doing the work behind the job or behind the scenes. So it's pretty cool. So I don't know if that particular baby um, will actually get uh, produced or baked or get squashed or whatever. But I really like that baby. But yeah, so it's definitely like that. Custom. So I would be a liar if I say I don't do. I don't do customs. I can say I don't do customs, but private orders. Sometimes I have taken private orders, but as a general, I would say no. I'm actually working on a private order right now, but But it's because I wanted to do the sculpt so bad. And I was like, I didn't want to buy the kit. Somebody else bought the kit. I brought it home and I'm painting it. I don't like doing private orders and I don't like doing customs. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Let's talk about that real quick. I got 10-15 minutes, I promise, and we gotta go. Customs. A lot of people get so fixated on customs, and I can understand, like, because you want the artist to paint a certain sculpt, or you are looking for, say for instance, you want the artist to paint the baby in a particular, this sculpt in a particular way. I get the idea of why sculpts are important, customs are important. But the thing about customs is it leaves so much room for mistakes and errors and not liking the end result. And it limits the artist so badly, because even if the artist still do an amazing job on that baby, it probably would have still been 10 times better if they had just painted it free will. Let me explain. Sometimes you're working on a doll and you got this direction going, and it happens to me. I want the baby to be a certain look, a certain way, and the kit just doesn't, it start going in a direction and it looks better this way. So I just go with the flow and then I take it in that direction. But if it's a custom and you have to go where this person wants you to go, you're trying to go that way and you're forcing it, and it doesn't come out as good, or it comes out okay, but and then sometimes you're scared. You want to do something more to it, but you don't want to do too much because you don't want to not have the customer like it. So that's just my thing. Also with customs, I don't like the whole, I got to check in with you every 5 minutes. You want to know if I'm pooping, if I'm peeing, too many times during the day, or, I do YouTube and stuff and I'm doing videos and you're like, gosh, she's doing all these videos, but she's not done with my baby. And some days I just don't feel like working. Hell, I don't want to paint anything. I don't want to do anything. And I can't give time frames. So that's my thing. And then the other thing is, people like to think that if you buy the kit, this is another thing that is, I have an unpopular opinion on. People think if they buy the kit and they do a custom, it should be cheaper. Or they're going to get it cheaper. And that's because a lot of artists, I was making sure this doll wasn't touching a painting. But a lot of times people think that a lot of times artists are afraid to say what they charge. It just, a lot of people don't understand. It just sounds better. So let me give you a scenario. This doll costs $4,800. Okay, can y'all agree that the average price of silicone, let's say average, basic, you're going to pay between $3,000, let's say to $5,000 for a full body silicone in today's market? That's on the lower end, because a lot of these big names, whoop-de-doo, at least what they say, their prices are about $7,500 to $8,500. Okay, so $3,000 to $5,000, you're gonna say it's about average for a silicone baby. So you take a full size, newborn size baby, silicone, and that artist tell you this baby is $4,800. This baby is $4,800. So if I tell you that this doll is I'm selling this baby painted and rooted for $4,800, you're gonna say, and let's say it's beautifully painted, and you're gonna say, oh, that's a great price, or okay, it's still a lot of money. We're not gonna argue that. That's still a lot of money, but in today's our world, in this market, you're gonna be like, okay, that's cool. Okay. Now, same baby. Someone messaged me and say, I've bought this kit. We're gonna talk about, it's the Billy sculpt. Let's say the Billy sculpt. I bought this kit. They paid $1,000, $1,050 for the kit. Now they come to me and they say, I got the kit. I want to send it to you, the paint and root. How much do you charge? $3,800. Why the hell do you want to charge $3,800 just for you to paint and root? I don't It's the same price as that it was okay when it was 4,800 when I painted it and put it up for sale. But now that you break it down, it hits different. It does. I promise you. The first time I bought the first prototype, and it was a prototype of a kit. It wasn't with a feature or anything. And I separated how much the kit cost from the price of the final doll. I was like, over $10,000 for painting and rooting. You got to be crazy. Like, I didn't really think that like they got to be crazy, but I was just like thinking about like, oh my gosh, baby getting paid. Like, baby, listen about what? Baby, what? Baby ain't never got to clap them cheeks a day in her life because she making good money off them dogs, baby. Baby eating real good. So, anyway, it sounds different. It hits very different. Hey, TC Townsy. It does, it sounds different. And it's just like, it's something about hearing it that way just sounds crazy. So a lot of artists, they end up, when they do customs, they do it for a lot less because they don't want to say that price. So they short themselves because they're making less money by doing customs. However, they have a guaranteed seller. They don't have to do all the marketing, and they're getting paid as they work a lot of times, because a lot of people also like customs because the layaway. Just say you need layaway. You don't have to have a custom. Just say you need layaway. But people like customs because they get to pay while the person is working on the doll. So that automatically makes them a layaway candidate. You know what I mean? For the most part. But it just hits so different when you break it down like that. But that's my thing. It's like, if I used to have a price. I used to say I charge, I started out from charging like $750 for painting and rooting. I went to $1,200. I went to $2,000. Like, so step. But if my dolls on an average is normally selling, and honestly, when I start doing like silicone studio kits, because the kits are lower, I thought, okay, I can offer my prices at a lower price. So I kind of, did them a little bit lower. But I have been selling my dolls for over 5,000. I'm not gonna do a custom and make less. I'm just not gonna do that. So now I understand. Back in the day when people were saying, someone said that this artist, and I'm not gonna call names, but she was like, I asked her how much she charged, and she said $6,000. I said, what? Baby, you could barely see paint on them dolls. But anyway, that was my collector's time speaking. Okay. But when that artist was making $8,500 for their silicone babies, and then they said they brought the kit, and the kit cost them $2,500. That's why she said $6,000, because she was not gonna make less than what she normally makes. Then other people were saying that, other artists said too, that they don't want to lower their prices because then they're stuck in a price range. Because, okay, for instance, if I do price babies for, why am I giving y'all business one-on-one? But listen, if I do babies at a price range of like, some babies for like $3,800, $3,000, $4,000, but then I also do babies for $6,000. My $6,000 dolls will stop selling. Trust me, over time, because people will only want to wait until I sell the ones that's for a lower price. And that's always going to be feasible, because some of these kits aren't as cheap, and it doesn't even matter. It's the end result. It's what, the time and the effort you put in, and it's what you're accustomed for making. You're paying for the experience. You are paying for the name. You are paying for the brand. You are paying for what that person is accustomed to making. And that's simple as that. Now, how we got from customs to that, I don't know, but I felt like somebody needed to hear it. So Anybody got anything, any other questions, anything? Going once, going twice. Anybody want to come on? And no, I ain't gonna let y'all come on at this point because y'all, because I know y'all finna try to go in on me and I ain't with it. So what do y'all think about that? Do y'all think that do that make sense, or do that's like crazy? 4,500 plus the kit. So it depends on how much the kit is, because if the kit was 1,000, then that still puts you at 55, which is about average. If the kit was 2,500 or 2,000, that still put you at 65. So 6,000-7,000. So 6,000-7,000. Depending on who the artist is, if they're accustomed to getting that type of money when they put a doll out and put it up for sale, then it makes sense. That's why they're doing it. But if they don't typically sell all their dolls at that price or whatever, then yeah, no. I have been tempted to buy another skin tone silicone baby that's sold out and make biracial. Is that too far from a favorable outcome? So I would say, so the question is I'm tempted to buy another skin tone baby and then turn it into like, so basically a Caucasian baby maybe or something, and turn it into biracial or something like that. So it's definitely going to depend on the artist that would be changing this baby over. Because as you guys can see, I have painted over my babies before, my personal babies that I actually painted, but I will not paint over somebody else's baby. I did it once, long time ago, but it was the only way I could get the baby sold. And I was desperate because I was going to lose money. So I had to paint over the baby and add some more detail and paint to it to get it sold. But anyway, so it depends on, you talk to the artist that will do the transformation for you, and show them the doll that you're looking at. And if they say that it can happen and they can make it happen, then you can only trust their word. If they have pictures and show where they've done it, then before, then I guess it can work. For me, I don't paint over other people's work because too many people using too much different things these days with silicone. I paint with cycle paints only, but other people use mixtures of Sam's paint. They use Plat Seal. They use pre-mixed colors, all this different stuff. And not that any of that stuff is bad. It's just that you don't know what they use. I don't know what's compatible with what. And then if it don't cure right and all this stuff, it just be too complicated for me. So I like to start from a blank canvas. It's already hard enough for me to combat these different pores that people pour in to begin with, much less going over somebody. And then certain matting powders, they're hard to, get off, to, paint over. Some you can just paint right on top of them with no problem. It's just, yeah. So yeah, but it's very much possible. I've seen people do transformations all the time and then have no problem. And yeah, I don't know. Thank you so much, Marie. Yeah, so yeah, right. So I understand completely. For me, it will always depend on the end result and if I have it at the time. So yeah, so and then the funny thing is like, I don't know. I would say get, cuddle babies or something, or cuddle babies with hands and feet to test it out, see if you like the artist's work, but it's very different when there's a lot of other things that can go different and sideways between full bodies and, cuddles and all that and stuff. But I think you can get a good taste for it by looking at cuddles too, at least skin tones and the texture of how the paint and stuff like that. for me to spend my max amount that I'm willing to pay on a particular medium or doll or kit, I'm probably not going to do it with someone that I have not seen their work in person first, or never. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say because I do take chances sometimes, but I don't know. I don't know if I have to really, really feel confident and good about the artist's work, and then I will have to see if I can afford it and go from there. If it's somebody I've never dealt with before. Um, yeah, it's just very hard. All right. Is that all the questions? It is. I bought a cuddle silicone head that was well painted, but when the same person did a full body, it was not the same. But the artist tried. You tried it. Yeah, yeah. It's I'm telling you, especially with silicone, I don't I have to say silicone is the most hardest medium to shop for online, because I I a lot of times I can look at pictures and I can be like, yeah, no. Or, sometimes I can look at stuff and I'll be like unsure. But silicone can be very tricky because it's so many facets to it, right? On buying it. One, you can't tell the softness from a picture. The texture, you can't tell. Um, and all our cameras and lighting and everything settings is different. Like I tell y'all, I got this yellow light that used to be daylight bulb that's turned yellow, and it's a forever bulb that you never have to change it in there in here in the nursery. But over time, it became more yellow than white. So sometimes I have to turn it off just to get an accurate lighting, and I have to open my windows sometimes. It's um so say the lighting, the coloring could be off. There's things that sometimes I don't care how hard you try to photograph it and show, it might not show up the same. And then sometimes um if you take a picture, right, and you could take a picture of silicone, that's the other thing, you can take a picture of silicone and you can get so close up on it until it just makes it look horrible. And then when you get in person, you're like, oh, that's not that bad. It's not even that bad, like for real. And then the other thing is, like, when people using, like, a lot of times when they're using their cell phones, the sculpt is disoriented a little bit. The shape of the heads and stuff be disembobulated a little bit, or it does all these depends on what type of phone and the lighting, and even all the pixels are all in it, so it'll make it look dirty sometimes. And then, boom, if you got good light, it's hard to photograph them, so you don't really know until you know. So, and that's with my work, anybody work, you just it's so hard. I try my hardest to get very clear and accurate photos, but it can be hard. And then, a lot of times they can get with the mommies and they take photos and they look nothing like my photos, or and so it's not that they don't take good photos, it's just hard to photograph sometimes. So yeah, and that's all that matters. It's like, if you like what you like and you get what you like, that's all that matters. And then some people, and that's the thing, some people are just not picky, very picky. And for me, it's so funny because as much as I talk and say all the stuff that I say, when I get babies from other artists and stuff, um I'm not as critical as people think, because I realize that it's art. And I also too, because now that I paint myself, I also give artists grace, because I know that I'm not perfect. And I also understand that it's hand painted. And sometimes I can appreciate some of the, discrepancies in the work, because it depends on how it is. Um, so yeah, I mean, like I said, I had one baby that I sold, and before I sold it, it was going shiny. It wasn't my work, and it was a vinyl, and I varnished it because I didn't want to sell it shiny, even though I had a buyer who said, "Oh, I'll varnish it myself when I get it." And I was like, yeah, I didn't really know them. So sometimes people will say that, and then you sell it to them, and then they claim you didn't tell it, or they file claims. So I didn't want to deal with that. I varnished the baby, and the mommy was really happy with the baby when we got it because it was beautiful painting. And I still think the artist's work is amazing. I got the baby at the doll show. I saw immediately, as soon as I looked at the baby, I spotted this baby's gonna go shiny. I didn't even undress the baby fully. I got the baby. I said, I wrapped the baby up. I told everybody at the show, don't touch this baby. He's gorgeous, but don't touch him. I didn't want nobody to touch him. When I got home, when I got time, I took him apart. Sure enough, his whole thigh and all that was very shiny. And I matted him, put him back together, good to go. I don't think, I don't look at that artist any less. These artists are dealing with the vinyl. A lot of different matting is going on. People trying to adjust to the temperatures and learning how this matting work. We don't know how the results. It could have been very well matted when she left and went shiny by the time she got to the show. I don't know. I don't take that away from the artist. The artist's work is amazing on him. I would buy from her 10 times over. If it looks like as nice as that doll is. And that's just how I am. Like, I'm not gonna bash another artist. Now, if your work is trash, it's trash. You know, I mean, you can't come back from that. But I'm not gonna just be like, oh, looking for stuff. No, not doing that. Not doing that. Not over here. Mm-mm. Because baby, I know what karma look like, and that heifer is not pretty. An artist would be hard to buy from another artist because they know what goes into them. I have no clue. So don't really even look them over. Oh my gosh. But I have been discriminating. I gravitate towards my silicone more than my vinyls. My vinyls are just pretty. Now to look at my home, I love how silicone feels, the squish, and the temperature of the silicone. So, um, yeah, it's funny because they both will warm up to you, and they both can get very cold. So, but when you when silicone warms up, when vinyl warms up, the cloth gets really warm and it feels really good in your arms. When silicone warms up to you, the whole doll like is warm, and so it just really, because of the medium, just feels like a real live baby in your arms. So yeah, the silicone is definitely, it's an amazing piece to have, definitely. I go in and out. Sometime I'm all about my vinyl, and then right now most of my collection is silicone. Um, right now I have probably over half of my collection is silicone. Um, so I can understand that. And especially when you first start getting into silicone, it's so exciting. It's like it's addictive. You really want more and more. You want to experience a lot. You just want to collect them, but they're so expensive that it kind of slows me down a little bit. And that's why I like to mix it in between. Where is my baby? Oh, I left her in my room. Um, but yeah, so yeah, it's just back and forth. All right. Look at me. I done been on here for a little minute. I steady saying, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go. It's like, do y'all have any more questions? Do you have any more questions for me? Oh my gosh. Let me see if I got anything in my, oh, it's late. All right. So if that is it for everybody, I'm gonna ask that you guys hit the thumbs up on your way out. Make sure that you guys continue to stay subscribed to the channel. Tell your friends to come subscribe. I will be hopping on from time to time and doing live streams such as this. I'm also still planning on doing an exclusive live stream with my Chatterbox members. Um, so stay tuned for that. I will schedule that. We probably will try to do that maybe this weekend. Let me see what this weekend date is, because baby, I might be booed up somewhere, honey. Girl, with. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, so probably this weekend we will probably do our exclusive live stream in a Chatterbox. Guys, if you want to become a member, you can do that. This is a time where I put out the offering plate. I'm just playing. I tell you that you can join. It is $4.99 to join, and you do have to be at least 18 years old to join to become a member. All payments and all dealings with the paid membership is handled directly through YouTube. I have no controls over that. So yes. Yeah, girl, come on in. Come on in and join. Going once, going twice. And is there any members want to join? You want to come on, get your free. Come on in. 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 Come on in and join the crew. I said up, come on in. Okay, let me stop. People gonna start dropping off. Oh gosh. I don't know. A lot of people is just like, I'm not paying her no $4.99 a month. Girl, you be wasting that $4.99 on a chip and sodas. You buy one chip and one bag of chip and one soda, and you done paid that for the whole. You done paid it for the whole month. So yeah. Some people, I think some people set it up. They do it through PayPal. Thank you. Some people do it through PayPal, and some people do it through the credit cards and stuff like that. I don't know, but let me tell y'all something, baby. When I tell y'all I keep playing in this hair like this, you'll think I just really love it. It's because it's aggravating me. I walk around with my hair in a scarf like 95% of the time. Sometimes I forget. I walk into a business establishment and I still have my scarf on because I just cannot stand it. But it's easier for me to manage it and keep it wrapped around if I get it blowed out sometimes. So that's what I do. And then I do braids for a long time. What you say? Oh yeah, Eden got some stuff she's selling, y'all, just so y'all know. She got some, what is it? Pens and stuff, Winnie the Pooh and all types of characters, Rugrats. What is it? Eat it real quick. Thank you, Tanika. Girl, I've been wearing a wrap in my head since I converted over from a Jerry curl. And so my hairstylist say that she said my blowouts do so good because my hair is naturally trained to wrap around. Now my friends that is like pro black women natural curly, 4C hair, they be in their feelings when I wear my hair straight. They be like, why you gotta wear your hair straight? Pen, papers, paper clips, t-shirts. She got diapers, wet wipes. No, I'm just playing. But for real, she make customized shoes. Um Baby, whatever you want, she got it. Oh, and she sell babies. Baby, listen. Um, but And that's another thing. Oh Lord, here I go. This is why I can't never go. This is why I always. That's another thing, guys. If you guys want me to do promotional stuff, stop in the middle of my video, advertise your product. I ain't gonna advertise another artist. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that right now, baby. I'm not. Every now and then I might say, like I said, you didn't got reborns for sale, but every now and then I might do something like that just because that's a Lola and she a Chatterbox member. I might do that every now and then. But baby, listen, do your own advertisement. I ain't finna advertise the same type of product that I sell, but if you got pacifiers and bibs and customized stuff, you know, and you want me to let me see it first, because baby, first of all, I ain't finna market nothing that look like crap. And if you got pacifiers with clumps of glue on it and look like you done found something in your grandma Pearl's old drawer back there, I don't want it. Or you sending me something with cat hair all over it and you know, doggy boogers on it, I don't want it. But if you got a product and you want me to, promote it or whatever, and baby, you must be you gonna have to send it for the free, because I ain't finna pay for it for me to give you no promo. So I need to start doing that. That's the other thing. Like, I don't have to do prototypes. If you got a silicone kit, because I ain't doing vinyl. I'm telling you right now, I ain't doing vinyl because I barely paint vinyl now. If you got a silicone kit, I don't do cuddle heads and not prototypes, not like that. I don't do prototype. But silicone, you got a full body silicone. You want me to paint it? You want me to promote it? Okay, let's talk about it. Inbox me. Let me see it, cause baby, if that baby look like it's alive, or I can't tell if it's a monkey or it's a baby, I can't do it, because I'm gonna be confused and then I'm gonna confuse the people. So, but when I like something, I like it. I have gently declined on, prototype sometimes. And sometimes just because maybe my schedule is just too busy or y'all want too much. If people want to tell me how I got to do it and, I want it to be shown like this, photographed like this, did like that, baby, let somebody else do it, because I ain't got the time for it. So, but if you just want the exposure, and I know a lot of people feel like they don't need exposure because they're all this and they're all that. That's fine too. But just understand that when I get sculpts that I pay my hard-earned money for, I don't have to tag you in nothing. I don't have to put your name on nothing. I ain't trying to be petty. Sometimes I am. But it's not a promotion, a prototype, or it's not a promo. It's me just showing my work. I'm promoting me. So I'm going to put my brand on it. I'm not going to be always saying, oh, this is so-and-so type kit. This is so-and-so sculpt. I do that for sculptors that have sent me kits to promote. So there's that. And now that I got all that out of the way, y'all can have a good night. Go, do what y'all do to make that money to get these dolls. Just know that maybe by later this week, I'll be able to show y'all the matted version of my cuddle with hands and feet that's still going to be available. Somebody else is going to be available, but I don't know. Because I don't know who I'm going to sell. I don't know. Y'all might switch out, and it might be somebody y'all not expecting, but we'll see. All right. Good night. Thanks for watching. Where's my phone? I'm in the surge right now, singing your favorite song. You look good without no makeup. Wake up. Oh. I was tell you you're beautiful. Someone to tell you mean it. Down on me, somebody who make you better than somebody. I'm singing your favorite song. I said, you look good without no makeup. Oh. Right. I'm be up all night mad talking about they done kept me on this live and I gotta go clean this house. It make you better. See, I'm in that stage right now, singing your favorite song. I said, you look good without no makeup. Oh. I make it better, my I'm on the stage right now, singing your favorite song. I said, you look good without no makeup. Mm-hmm. Right in the race. Fearless. I was. Shower. I want to tell you you're beautiful. Someone to tell you you mean it. Someone. Somebody. And make it better. And up those gates. I'm on the stage right now, singing your favorite song. I said, you look good without no makeup. Oh. And they give it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm on the stage right now, singing your favorite song. I'm on the stage right now, singing your favorite song. I said, you look good without makeup. There was. Someone in the street, someone down somebody, let me get it better. And then middle, listen, no, your days and I'm on the stage right now, singing your favorite song. I said you look good without no makeup. I said I'm leaving. Let me get better, somebody. I'm on the stage right now, singing your favorite song. I said, you look good without no wake up. All right, game over. Go home. y'all try to take my babies now. All right, I done did enough playing with y'all. For real, for real. This time I'm going for real. All right. Bye.